Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Uruj Fatma and my roll number is 1016. Today my topics to discuss are mitochondria, Golgi apparatus and vacuoles. We will go through these topics one by one. Let's start. So the first topic we are going to discuss is mitochondria. So mitochondria are the membrane-bounded organelles. These are present in eukaryotic cells, cytoplasm. Means the eukaryotic, they are present in the cytoplasm of eukaryotic cells, and they are called the energy house of the cell, because they produce ATP. That's why they are called the energy house. And we know that ATP is the energy currency of our body, and mitochondria helps or produce ATP. So that's why it is called the energy house of our cell. So if we take a look at the structure of mitochondria, so mitochondria is a rod-shaped organelle, and its size ranges from 0.5 to 1 micrometer. And plus, if this, as we said before, that it is membrane bounded, but it has two membranes, the outer membrane and the inner membrane. So the outer and the both the So the outer and both the outer and inner membrane of mitochondria are produced or made up of protein. They are made up of proteins, and they have both of these layers are separated by intermembrane space. So if we talk about the outer membrane is smooth and it covers the surface of mitochondria, and it has a large number of proteins in it known as porins. If we take a look at the permeability of mitochondria's outer membrane, yes, it is permeable to different ions, nutrients, and energy molecules. It freely allows them to pass through it. Now we will see the inner membrane. So the inner membrane is a complex structure in mitochondria. It has many folds on it, and these folds are called as crystes. These crystes, why are there so many folds in this inner layer? These folds increase the surface area of my inner mitochondria. Means that these folds increase in the surface area and thus allow a lot of reaction that helps in mitochondria to proceed. And the inner layer and protein helps in the ATP reduction. Now, if we talk about the permeability of inner membrane, as we already talked, the outer membrane is permeable. It freely allows different ions, nutrients to pass through it. But the inner membrane, it is not permeable. It is strictly permeable, mean it allow only certain nutrients from through it, like maybe oxygen for the cell uh, mm, to function and to perform its function, and to for ATP molecules that are producing inside it only allows oxygen and ATP molecules to pass through it. So, and the third part we are going to discuss in the mitochondrial structure is mitochondrial matrix. It is a fluid that present inside the mitochondria. Yeah, this fluid contains enzymes and proteins, or an enzyme. It also contains ribosome, inorganic iron, mitochondrial DNA, organic molecule. If we take a look at mitochondrial DNA, yes, mitochondria has its own DNA because it helps in the production of ATP and uses its mitochondrial DNA to produce energy. Our next topic is Golgi apparatus. So Golgi apparatus have some other names like Golgi body or Golgi complex. It is also a membrane-bounded organelle. It is present in the eukaryotic cells, and it is present in the cytosol of the cell. Mitochondria was present in the cytoplasm, but it is present in the cytosol of the cell, and it is present near the endoplasmic reticulum. So here we take a look at the structure of Golgi bodies. So Golgi bodies are made up of a cup-shaped series of compartments called cristerni. These are cristerni, not cristae. So cristerni is a disc-shaped stacked pouches that make up Golgi body. They are stacked upon each other and form the Golgi body. These stacks are usually joined together or held together by matrix protein. These means these proteins help the cristerni to stay together in a form of stack. Usually, a Golgi stack consists of 4 to 8 cristerni in plant cells, but it may contain like 30 to 60 in other protists or other animals or microbes. And the membrane of cisterni hold a volume called lumen. So the Golgi apparatus has three main compartments. As we already talked about that, it is present near to the endoplasmic reticulum. So according to its position and its cristerni facing the position of endoplasmic reticulum, it is divided into three main parts: the cis part, the medial part, and the trans part. The cis part of cristerni is that part where the cristerni faces toward the endoplasmic reticulum. मीन्स कि जहाँ क्रिस्टनी एंडोप्लाज्मिक रेटिकुलम के करीब और उसकी तरफ है उसे हम सिस पार्ट कहेंगे एंड द मीडियल पार्ट इज द इनर लेयर ऑफ क्रिस्टनी एंड द ट्रांस पार्ट इज अ part of cristerni or is a cristerni that is away from the ER means it will be shaped away toward the endoplasmic reticulum. So some of the different function of Golgi bodies are, so first of all, as we already talked that Golgi body is present close to the endoplasmic reticulum. That's why it receives the proteins from the from the endoplasmic reticulum and transfer them before transferring them to the desired destination. It also modifies these proteins. So the second function is the formation of vesicle. It forms vesicle and also help in the secretion of different any kind of substance. It also produce hormones and it also play its role in storing hormones. I mean it produce and it also store hormones. So here are some functions of mitochondria. As we already tell that it is the energy house of the cell, that means its primary function is to produce energy or in the form of ATPs through oxidative phosphorylation. It produces energy through oxidative phosphorylation. It also helps in regulating metabolic activities of the cell, and it also helps in detoxifying the ammonia in liver, and also it also involves in some functions like cell differentiation or cell in control. It also controls cell cycle, cell signaling, etc. Our next topic is vacuole. So vacuole is a very thin membrane bounded organelles and it have different structure because it have different structure or means size difference in both plant and animal cells. In animal cells these are usually smaller in size, but in plant cell they are very large in size and help in the structural support of plant cell. In the beginning when in the beginning it in the beginning of the cell it is very smaller in size, but as the plant cell mature it also these vacuoles present in the plant cell they fuse together and form a larger vacuole. The structure of vacuole is very simple. It has three main portions or three main points in its structure. So first is tonoplast. Tonoplast is the membrane that surrounds vacuole, and the second portion is cell sap. The cell sap is a chemical inside the vacuole or the liquidy substances present in this vacuole. And the third portion is central vacuole. In the center of a vacuole, it has a little small other vacuole which is called central vacuole, and it helps in storing water to maintain turgor pressure. Some of the functional vacuoles are that it provides, as we already said, that smaller vacuoles fuses to form a large vacuole in mature cell. That means it provides structural support to the mature cells, and it also maintains the turgor pressure in the cell. The central vacuole maintains the turgor pressure because it contains water. It also contains waste material of the cell, and the fourth its function is that it also engulfs the material in the cell that it thinks that it's harmful for the cell, so it engulfs it and destroys it.